Hi guys. So I was going to make a video on this little neon card that I made, but it kind of got messed up towards the end. So there's no video, but there is a lesson to be learned. So the green were stamped out. And then the pink part here I kind of freehanded, as well as the sand dunes. And what had happened was this originally I was using this neon orange embossing powder from Zing, and it wasn't sticking. So let me just show you what I did here when I made the image. I'm just going to use a scrap piece of paper here. I took my Versamarker and I was just going to draw out the design. So I will just draw a little heart here, and I can see that it went into the paper there. And it works fine. But what had originally happened was the powder just fell off. So I thought I had bad embossing powder and I was ready to throw this whole jar away. The way I found out that I don't have bad embossing powder was my pen just needed to be re-inked, I guess you could say. So what I had done was I took a Versamark pad and stamped. I have a little circle stamp here. Stamped that. And you can see that the embossing powder sticks fine. So my Versamark pen was actually going bad, and the embossing powder wasn't sticking. So I'm going to heat that up. So I don't know if embossing powders go bad. I mean, I've had some for years and years and years. I mean, I'm talking 10 years, people. But you can definitely see the difference there between the stamped with the Versamark ink pad and then the pen, which I just refilled. So that's going to take a little bit. But the way that I refilled it, guys, just to show you, is you just take the pen and you want to use the brush nib part, and you just take a pair of tweezers and very gently you want to pull that out. Okay, and then you're going to take your Versamark ink pad refill and you're going to just squirt a little bit of that in there. And this is very sticky ink, so it takes quite a while to drip down in there. And then you're just going to take your tweezers and gently push that back in. And you just want to let that sit for a little bit so that it can get all soaked into the pen, the marker there. And then any excess you have, you can use like a baby wipe or something to wipe it down, which I did just have. There we go. And then that should help you, once it soaks up in there a little bit, to go back in and draw your designs and get back to using your embossing powder with it able to stick. So there we go. So I just wanted to show you guys that if you ever have embossing powder that's not sticking and you're like, oh, I got a bad batch of embossing powder, first thing is to shake it up. Make sure that you're getting all the little pieces, in the bottom kind of broken up. A lot of times, they do get subject to humidity. One of the things that I do is when you buy new shoes, you get those little silica bags. Let me show you here. So like these things. So what these are just little gels that absorb moisture, kind of like what's in baby diapers. And I put these in with my drawers with my embossing powders to kind of absorb the moisture so that the moisture doesn't go into the embossing powders. So before you go and throw embossing powders away and think, oh, I got a bad batch, try refilling either your Versamark ink pad or your marker and see if that works out for you. So that's my quick tip today. If you have any questions, post them below. Thanks for watching and keep on stamping. Bye.